What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to give you an overview of some of the data points, what really drove it higher today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid did have a pretty epic day, closed 8.25% in the green. But then again, the broader market and indexes were rallying today because of today's data. So I'm going to go over that in a second. But very volatile day. So 291 the low, 316 the high. So starting off, give yourself a shout out if you did buy sub $3 over the last 2 trading days. You definitely deserve a round of applause because yesterday there was a hell of a lot of fear. Even in Lucid's case, the technicals were starting to look like it was breaking down, but this is why I even said in my video yesterday, it technically takes 2 days or at least 2 kind of candles to signal a trend. And if today was going to be bearish, then yes, things were going to get a little bit more scarier for Lucid. So luckily enough, initial jobless claims came out first thing this morning, better than anticipated. So that's what really prompted the broader market to go up because it came in at 233, forecast was 241. So very bullish data. And I think in general, this is one of the things that sparked a lot of fear last week. So Thursday and Friday were massive sell-offs, and initial jobless claims last week was significantly higher than the forecast. And then payroll the following day on Friday was just absolutely horrific. So I think now Wall Street is categorizing both of those data points to the hurricane. So maybe that is obviously caused it, but right now Wall Street is looking for bigger and better things and kind of forgetting last week. That's kind of the comical thing about the market. It's just very short-term minded. So right now Lucid and just the broader market should be propelling higher. And right now there's been no news associated to Lucid today, no SEC filings, a couple of things posted on social media, but in my opinion, nothing to really go out and buy Lucid right now because of that. So no kind of catalyst, a lot of good marketing, but no good catalyst. So we just have to wait and see for most likely when the Gravity reservations are going to open up. And I still do feel that it's probably going to be that September 10th, that special day that they did announce during their earnings. But when it comes down to today's data, it also did normalize this. So for the September 18th meeting, now there is a 55.5% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut and a 44.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. So like I said, I think because of today's data, the market has somewhat come to a more of a level head and normalize this, because last week, Thursday and Friday, this was at 80%, and then there was a roughly 20% likelihood of a 75 basis point cut. So the market was panicking and screaming for rate cuts. So again, I think that this is kind of a good sign, the fact that the market is now thinking realistically and that we can hopefully trend up from here. Shorts though, yesterday they were doubling down, so increased about 1.7 million. Today they did increase 1.99 million. Keep in mind that is net, so they were relatively active today. Going back over here, there was about 25.9 million shares being traded, 40.7 is the average. So there was a lot of transactions from institutions, and like I said, just shorts were very active. So these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So you did see a lot of buying based on the bid, the asking, and the selling price. So pretty much everything was buy with the exception of these two right here. So I think that's a good thing. But going back over to shorts, so 1.99 million was net that they did increase. 26.79% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 240.36 million shares overall being shorted. Cost per average is 12.79, and then utilization 92.37. So the fact that they have been increasing the last 2 days, breaking this downtrend, kind of signals that maybe they do feel that there is more downside coming. Although looking at options, that's not necessarily kind of painting the same picture. So today there was 402,000 in calls, 1.53 million in puts. Sentiment wise though, 75% of all the options being done were optimistic and bullish. So I see that as kick-ass news. And of the call options that were being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be in excess of around 350 by the end of next week. So that's something to kind of consider. And then looking at puts, you do see a lot of volatility, but you even do see some puts roughly around that $4 range. So again, insinuating that there is more upside. Plus also on a side note, you do see just kind of as a consensus sub $3. So clearly $3 is a very strong pivot for Lucid. Today, there's been no new analyst ratings, no SEC filings, like I said, so it's just been kind of at the mercy of the broader market. Looking right over here, so pulling up good old Lucid at the fib levels. So right now with it at $3.15, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 348 will be the next strong resistance / target, and then 282 will be that next strong support. Like I've said in yesterday's video, I don't anticipate either being touched. So it's probably just going to stuck in limbo between those two, but anticipate a lot of volatility for the foreseeable future. So a lot more 10 plus days. And then actually, even on a side note, I find the market very weird right now. So I even posted on Twitter saying, is it just me, or does other people like, is this just now the norm? Like for stocks to be up 10% one day, down 8, up 10, down 5. Is that just how it is? Because like looking at my watch list, I get it. Good data came out, somewhat kind of countering the sell-off that happened on Thursday and Friday last week. But to see Virgin Galactic up 14%, Palantir up 11.25, ChargePoint 11.3, Polestar 8.9, like this is some crazy stuff going on. So let me know your thoughts if you are thinking that's normal, or what's your thoughts on all of that. So with today though, like I said, it did recover, still lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, but it did get above that 50-day moving average. So this is why it's important to really look at more so at the technicals, 2 consecutive trading days in a certain direction to kind of signal a trend. So I think that today really did help a lot of stocks, and one of which was definitely Lucid. Right here you do see Stochastic. It is very overdone, so it is at 20, so that's considered very oversold. So good piece of news coming out on the broader market, or Lucid specific, you should see a rush of value investors, similar to kind of what happened today. So again, that's something to keep in mind. But looking at the momentum indicator, number of retail investors were getting in today. So definitely a positive sign. So if you are one of those individuals that did buy the dip, give yourself a shout out in the comments below. Or did you dabble with options? And if so, what strike price, expiry date, and all that fun jazz. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, this promo has been extended up until the end of August. Sign up for a new account, throw $100 added. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.